little slow flow. Hi. Good morning, you guys. All right, so why are we doing a slow flow, you ask? Because people have asked me for it. I teach so much power yoga, and when I say power yoga, I just mean that the flowing is aggressive and fast, and it is just as valid. It is just as good for lengthening and stretching, but there are some of you out there that are not looking for that kind of intensity. You're looking for deeper, slower stretches, and that's what we're gonna do today. So I want you to think of this as more of a recovery yoga, okay? We will be flowing, so you're not gonna get away without doing some chaturangas, but we're gonna take a little more time in each of those things that we do to breathe. So where we might just take inhale up, exhale down, inhale here, exhale there, we might go into a down dog and do 2 or 3 full inhale exhales. Or we're in a crescent lunge, 2 or 3 full inhales and exhales, okay? So just taking our time, 30 minutes, you're in, you're out. You can tack this on to any other workout that you do, I hope. Let me get a quick sip of water. We're gonna start in a seated position. So get your mat out, get comfortable, and have a seat. Here we go, my friends. I was just thinking I probably need to get a couple more quick things ready to go, just in general. Just quick videos, you know, that people can kind of pop in and out on. So 30 minutes is a nice time frame. Okay, so have a seat. Let me unplug my fan. I had that on for my conditioning. I certainly don't want it on now. In fact, if I had a fireplace downstairs, I would turn it on. Or if I was upstairs right now, I would turn my fireplace on. A little bit of heat when you're doing this kind of thing is always beneficial. I could probably just go outside, actually. It's gonna be like heat index today of 99 and super humid. It'd be great for the body. But we're gonna be here for now. So I just want you to sit in a comfortable position. Crossing your legs might not work for you. That's okay. You can sit with your legs open. You can sit with your legs straight out. Or you could just put a pillow under your rear end and boost yourself up. That's a great way to sit if you're uncomfortable in a seated position. That gives you a little bit of a help, okay? We're just gonna start with a few deep breaths. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to focus in on how you breathe. Before you do that, try to relax your face. Maybe even take your hands around your jawline and just loosen it up. We get a lot of tension in our jawline and that space between our eyes. Maybe give that a little rub and just convince your face, give it a little massage. Convince it to loosen up and relax. And then come back to that seated position with your face just completely relaxed, no tension. As you inhale, draw through your nose, fill through your belly and your rib cage, really expand. As you exhale, just give it a big let everything go. Deep breath in. Exhale and just let it go. Think of a cleansing breath. One more. Good. On your next breath, go ahead and just open up your eyes and take your right arm and reach it up over your ear and just stretch across. Just a little baby stretch. And then come back and set it down. And switch sides. Doesn't matter how you're sitting. Just bring your arm across your ear. Good, and bring it back. Now this time, take your right arm up and over, but as you're doing that, take your left hand, reach for your opposite leg. Even if they're not crossed, just use it as an anchor to stretch a little farther, and then come back and switch. Left arm goes over. Take your right hand, grab the opposite leg. Use it as an anchor. And then switch. Let's extend the legs out now in front so that your legs are in a straight line in front of you. You want to lift your body up, kind of shift to side, and then as you set your hips down, feel both of your sits bones come to the ground so you're even on both sides. Sit nice and tall and roll your shoulders back, and then take your right foot and cross it all the way over towards your left thigh. Wrap your left arm around your knee and give yourself a seated spinal twist. You can gaze over your shoulder or you can stay facing forward. That gazing gives you just a little bit of spinal rotation. Use your breath to go a little farther back, to open a little deeper. And then go ahead and return to the center. And let's switch sides. Right leg goes out. Cross your left foot all the way over by your thigh. Wrap your arm around your leg. Really give it a hug. Really draw it in towards your shoulder. And then, like I said, you can rotate. As you're doing so, you're drawing that knee in nice and deep, nice and close. And breathe. Release to the center. Let's sweep the legs around back behind us. Come onto your hands and knees. Draw your navel to your spine. Keep your back flat. Inhale fully. As you exhale, I want you pulling your belly button up, rounding into cat stretch. Inhale to release. Let it go. Let your belly just slightly drop. Lift your chest up. Exhale, lift belly to spine. And release. Going into our first downward dog. Exhale, back to your cat stretch. Pull up. Tuck your toes under. Lift your knees and then just push your chest back. And bicycle your heels out. One at a time. Breathe on each side. No rush. On your next breath, lift both heels up high. Exhale, both heels down to the floor, as close as you can get. Inhale, lift both heels high. Exhale, press them down. Inhale, one more time, lift high. Exhale, press down deep. Go ahead and look up at your hands when you're ready. Step forward. Draw your nose down towards your knees. Bend those knees. As you bend your knees slightly, roll your back up to standing. The higher you get, the longer your legs become. Draw your shoulders back and down. Pull your belly to your spine. Inhale, lift up high. And exhale, take your right wrist and draw across your body. Come back up. And switch. Grab that left side. Pull it across your body. So we did this in a seated position. Notice that you can get a little farther when you're standing. Let's do it again on each side. Pull it across, go a little deeper. Come back up. And exhale, switch. A little deeper. And come back up. Now reaching both hands up, give a little back bend. Reach behind you just slightly. And then exhale, open up the arms and fold. All the way down. Roll the back up slowly. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, lift high. Exhale, pull the arm over a little deeper. Come back up. Inhale. Exhale, pull over a little deeper. Come back up. Reach behind the back of the head, just a little baby back bend. Open up those arms. Exhale, swan dive to fold. Relax it down. Roll your back up nice and slowly, soft knees, all the way to the top. Inhale, one more time, reach high. Exhale, pull the arm over. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, pull the arm over. Inhale, reach high. Now this time, as you exhale and back bend, I want you to separate your hands and see if you can reach behind the back. Interlace your fingers, draw your chest open, and slightly push your hands down. Take a breath. Now as you soften your knees and bend them, bring your chest to your thighs and let the arms fall over the back of the head. Take a couple deep breaths here. Staying right here, release your hands down, step back into a high plank position. And let's go through our first Chaturanga series. Slowly begin to lower down on your knees or on your toes. Let yourself come to the mat now and lift your chest up without squeezing any back muscles. Just draw your shoulders open to cobra. And then on your knees, push back to child's pose. Pull forward, lower down, lift to cobra, shoulders back. Now push back to child's pose. You could do this in a downward dog instead, but I'm showing you more of a beginner motion. Pull forward, lower down, lift up to your cobra. Maybe your cobra goes a little higher. And then back to down dog or child's pose. One more time. Pull forward, lower down, lift up to cobra. Now we go to down dog. So all the way up and back with your hips and push through. Step your feet slowly back to the top of the mat. Roll your back up to standing. Take a big breath in, reach high overhead. Exhale, bend over to the side. Come back up, take a big breath in. Exhale, bend over to the side. Come back up, take a deep breath in. Now exhale to fold up. Let's take that full vinyasa flow now. You know your options, I gave them to you. Inhale, half lift to lengthen. Exhale, step back to plank on your toes or on your knees. That was one option. Move down into chaturanga on your toes or on your knees. And then lift into that cobra, low or high. Now you can go to child's pose or downward dog. You choose. And just stay here for 2 breaths. Don't rush it. Inhale and exhale fully. And when you're ready, step back to the top of the mat and roll your spine up. Reach high, deep breath in. Exhale, bend over to the side. Feel your rib cage lifting a little higher up. Come back high. Lift and reach to the other side. This will be our last time for side bends, so feel them. Come back up to the center. Where's that little back bend? And exhale, fold the body up. Inhale, half lift to lengthen. Exhale, back to your toes or knees in a plank position. Inhale slowly through chaturanga. Exhale, cobra, shoulders down. Now go to child's pose or downward dog. We stay for 2 breaths. And we're gonna stay put here for a moment. As you finish your second breath, I invite you to bring your right foot to the top of the mat, place it between your hands and set your back knee down. And then just gently lift your hands into a crescent moon. With your knee resting, it gives you an opportunity to kind of let go of this hip flexor. Try not to hold too much tension in the front of your hips. Good, now release those hands back. Step back into your down dog. Take a breath here. As you exhale, step your left foot to the top of the mat and set your knee down. And then just gently lift. And again, the crescent moon is just a nice way to open that hip flexor. It should feel pretty good. Breathe into it. And then release your hands back, step all the way to your downward dog again. Push through. Take your right foot back to the top of the mat. Crescent moon. Reach up. And come back. Push into down dog, nice and steady. Breathe. Bring your left foot to the top of the mat. Set your knee down. Now the next time we do this, I'm going to offer you the option to bring your back knee off the mat to a full crescent. But this stays as a great choice. This stays as a good option. Come back to down dog. Take a breath. Bring your right foot to the top of the mat. Now set the knee down, or this time you could leave it hovering and just lift to a crescent lunge. And just breathe. Then release your hands down, slow and steady. Push back to that down dog. On the next breath, take your left foot forward. Set your right knee down on the mat or leave it hovering and reach crescent lunge. And release. Now we're going to add rotation. So let's go back to down dog. Same thing. Step your right foot to the top of the mat. You can set your knee down or leave it up. Crescent lunge. And then draw your hands to your heart. And just slowly bring your left elbow over the top of your thigh. As you're doing so, really rotate your spine. Don't feel like you just get there and you stay there. Feel like you're always breathing and moving a little deeper into the pose. Twisting just a little farther open. Let's release the hands back to the center. Push back to down dog. Now take your left foot to the top of the mat and lift into your crescent, whatever your crescent is. High or low. And on the next exhale, bring your hands to your heart and your right elbow is going to come across. And again, you hook the elbow and then use your breath to continue feeling like you're moving through that twist. Your back is getting a little farther open. We're going to do one more on each side. So bring your hands down one more time to down dog. Breathe. Take your right foot back to the top of the mat. Crescent moon or crescent lunge, they both work in the same way. Draw your hands to your heart and twist that left elbow across. And then this last one now, we're going to add that chest expansion. So hold on there. Take a big breath and then just reach the hands apart. Just feel that stretch open up. And breathe. And again, this works with your back knee on the ground or off the ground. You decide. Release your hands back down to the mat. Step into your downward dog. Take a breath. Bring your left foot to the top of the mat. Reach to your crescent lunge, low or high. Use your breath. Draw your hands to your heart center. Twist your elbow across. And now open up those arms. Give yourself a big chest expansion and breathe. Now this time as you release your hands down, I want you to step forward on the mat. And once again, roll your spine up. Hi, Duke. Did you come to do some yoga? I guess Duke decided to come down today. He's been sort of suspiciously staying out of the workouts lately. As you sink now into your chair pose, I want you just to hold on for a moment. Squeeze your thighs together and roll your shoulders back a couple times. We're going to go right back into that chest expansion. So staying in your chair this time, take your hands and just stretch as wide as you're able. And just keep coming behind you. Interlace your fingers. See if you can lay your chest down on your thighs. And then as you fold over, your legs are going to lengthen. And your head is going to drop. Let the arms fall over the back of the head and breathe. So this is just so important for your shoulders, your scapula, your chest, your upper back. Let it go. Good, now sit back in your chair. Sweep your arms down underneath your hips. Reach forward again. And then stand right back up and take a breath in. Little back bend. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Walk your fingers out to lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank position on your knees or toes. And then slowly move through your chaturanga. Lift into your cobra. Some of you can go right to up dog if you like that. And then back into your downward dog. Stay in your down dog for 2 breaths. Let's bicycle the heels out again. On your next breath, go ahead and lift your right leg high into the sky behind you. This time, we're going to let that leg lift and just open a little bit. So the leg now up in the air starts to slowly come back behind your spine. Just bend the knee and just let that hip open up a little bit. Keep breathing. And then on the next breath, sweep that leg around and step up to the top of the mat. Angle your back foot and let's lift into our first warrior. So warrior one position, front knee bent, back leg long. Shoulders soft, just relax the shoulders. From here, we're gonna slowly let the arms open into warrior two, just relax the shoulders down. This is a strong pose, but it's also important for the inside of the hips to open up. So you wanna keep that knee straight forward. Let the inside of your hips just get a chance to be nice and wide. Get those hip flexors stretched out. And then slowly reach your left arm as far back, not down, back, and then down. The right arm is reaching up and over your head. So when your right arm comes up, it's not just lifting, it's curving backward. So you're stretching through that oblique, that rib cage, that whole torso. Good, now as you come back up to your warrior two position, I want you to straighten your front leg out and then take your waistline and reach your right hand over your foot. Now just stay here. You're not gonna reach for the floor, my friends. You wanna put your hand on your shin and then lift your left hand up. Now, if you can slide down another inch or two, great. But a triangle position, if you're truly in a straight line, from head to hip to foot, you're not gonna touch the floor. This is as far as I can go, and then I start collapsing. If I reach for the floor, my butt goes out behind me. And you'll notice that too. That's not the goal. It's not how low can you go. It's how straight can you keep that line. And then from here on your next breath, let's just switch hands. So just take your left hand, come all the way down. This time you can go to the floor and open your right arm. So revolving the triangle gives you a different angle in that hip stretch. And yes, it's a different kind of alignment, so you can reach for the floor. Let's reach both hands to the mat and step back for plank position. Chaturanga, lower slowly. Lift the heart to cobra, shoulders back and down. Down dog, push back, hold, breathe. Bicycle the heels. Now take your left leg and lift it high into the sky behind you. And remember, we're gonna open the hip. Just let that foot fall back behind your spine and breathe. Good, now sweep your left foot to the top of the mat. Angle your right foot behind you and rise into your warrior one. In your warrior one position, you're just nice and strong in that front leg. You're just nice and long in that back leg. Shoulders are soft, you're breathing. As your shoulders just slowly drop down and open to warrior two, remember, you're tucking that tailbone in, you're keeping everything long in front. And then we're gonna reach that back hand as far to the back as you can, and then down. Left arm high. Now coming up from that reverse warrior, come back up to your warrior two, straighten out your front leg, reach your left hand over your foot, but don't bend over. Just slide your hand down your shin and lift this hand high. So I want to show you a side view of this, triangle, okay? And the minute I try to touch the floor, look at what happens with my hips. That's wrong. You want to be in a straight line, like a flat pancake, like we tried to slide you between two panes of glass, okay? Now, take your right hand, bring it to the ground, keep that front leg straight, left hand opens. That's a big twist, just let yourself breathe into it. If you want to put your hand on your shin, that's okay too, but I like the stability of the floor. Good, now release, step back to plank position. Inhale through chaturanga. Exhale through cobra. And down dog. We're gonna do those one more time. Lift the right leg high. Let the right knee open behind you. Sweep the right foot to the top of the mat. Ankle the back foot. Take a big breath in Warrior One. Slowly exhale to Warrior Two. Reach the left hand back and down to Reverse Warrior. Come back to Warrior Two. Straighten the front leg. Reach forward and slide down the shin. Triangle. Align your body. Bring the left hand to the ground. Keep the front leg straight. Reach the right arm open to the other side. Breathe into that leg, my friends. That's going to feel tight. It's awkward. Right hand comes down, step back to plank. One more time, Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Really lift your chest up now. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Down dog. Left leg goes high. Bend the knee, open the hip. Left foot comes to the top of the mat. Warrior One, lift and breathe. Warrior Two, open up. Reverse Warrior, slide back. Come up and straighten that front leg for triangle. Reach forward. Slide down the shin. Right arm high. Stay straight. Bring the right hand to the ground. Twist the left arm open. Breathe. Good, now as your hand comes down to the mat, you're gonna take your front foot, your left foot is just gonna sneak over. See how I'm kind of sneaking, tap, tap, tap over to the right hand? Let the knee fall toward the left wrist, and then set your back leg down. Lifting your chest up, take a breath, open your shoulders, and if you feel like you can add a little more depth, then close the chest down and sleep your pigeon, take a little nap, and breathe. In pigeon pose, you've got that hip opener. For some of you, your knee angle will not appreciate it, and so you'll come to your back and draw your pigeon in on your back. Supine pigeon is what we call it. It works just as well without the body weight putting pressure on the knee joint. Let's come back up from your pigeon and push right back into your down dog. Let's separate the feet to the edges of the mat and walk your hands back all the way. Turn your toes out and sit into your prayer squat. Pull your hands together and just open up the inside of your hips. Look over your right shoulder and look over your left shoulder. Stretch the side of your neck. Come back to the center and walk your hands back out. And then take your right foot, pull it up and tuck it underneath for pigeon on this side. Sink into your hips, and if you choose, you can put your pigeon to sleep or flip over onto your back. And just take 5 good breaths. Slowly bring your chest back up. This time your hip is just going to sit down and both feet are going to come around just like we started today. But as you come around to the front now, I want you to place your feet flat on the floor. Reach your hands forward and then just slowly lower your spine down to the mat. Use your core strength. Set your arms at your side, pull your heels in a little closer and take a big breath in. As you exhale, lift your hips into your bridge pose.
Come as high as you can in your hip bones and start to think about supporting from your glutes. So you're lifting at the belly, but you're supporting from the bottom. Draw your knees close toward one another. It's not that I want you to have them touch, but I don't want your legs to flop open to the sides. They should be squeezing inward as you breathe, my friends, lots of deep breaths. On your next exhale, release your bridge down onto the mat and pull both knees into your chest. Back extension always needs to be followed by back flexion. Let's set the knees up and over the tabletop position. Arms reach out to the side. Gently twist both knees over to the right side. And as they go there, set them on the ground and release your back. Try to let go of any muscles you're holding on to in your back or hip. Just let them release, let them go. Just like we did with our face, you might want to take your hand and just feel the tight spots and give them a little coaxing to release. Then gently bring your knees back to the center. Twist both knees over to the left side and set them down. Keep the arms open. Bring both knees back to the center. Wrap your hands around the back of your legs and bring yourself up. One more stretch. This time I want to give you a little bit of a shoulder back opener. Upper body doesn't always get the attention that it needs when we're in our yoga class. We tend to focus on our hips and back because they are our tight spots, but this is really important. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to come down onto your belly. All the way until you feel your rib cage touch the ground, but your chest is lifted, okay? Rib cage is on the ground, chest is lifted. I want you to place your right hand at the top of the mat and lift up that elbow so there's space under it, and take your left arm, and here's the left arm sneaking under but staying close to your body. So your left arm is actually gonna walk over as far as it can go. See my hand? But my arm is also backing up close to my chest, so I'm hugging my chest. And now the right arm is gonna do the same. It's gonna walk over, and as it walks as far to the side as it can go, it's hugging the chest. So both arms are in close, squeezing on my chest. Palms are down. Keep your palms down. Now, some of you are going, whoa, that's tight. You set your head down and breathe. Some of you are going to be able to tuck your toes under and give yourself just a tiny push forward. But when you do that, don't let your hands move. And then lower your head and breathe. We call this the knot pose, K-N-O-T. I'm going to turn to the side. Just keep breathing. Most of you don't even need to look, but for those of you that have never done it, here's a side view. The arms are literally up against and under the chest almost, right? And the shoulders, the upper back. I mean, I can feel everything. Let's just take one more breath here, and as you exhale, just slowly lift your head up. And then release your right hand. Bring it back behind your spine. Release your left hand. Oh, it's tight. Bring it back behind your spine. Take a moment to open up your chest. And then release your hands. Give yourself just a brief child's pose, just enough to relieve your low back. And then come back. And let's just try that pose one more time, switching arms. So as you come down now, you're going to keep your chest up. Put your left hand at the top corner of your mat this time. Slide your right arm underneath, thread it through, keep it close to the body. And then take the left hand to the other side, walk it over, keep it close to the body. And then push and lower.
Just breathe. Remember your palms are down. And the next breath, go ahead and release the arms. Bring them back behind you. Take a big stretch in your chest. And then bring your hands down on the mat. Push back into that child's pose for the last time. Remember, in a child's pose, now your knees are at the edges of the mat. The feet are close together. The hips are going to go right down in the center of the heels. The head, the forehead is going to relax onto the mat. And we're just going to stay there and take about 5 deep breaths. And as you're doing so, I want you just to release all the tension in your back, in your neck, your hips. Just let it all go. And the next breath, we're just going to either stay in your child's pose or come right back up to seated position. Friends, that's your 30 minutes slow flow. Well, 35 minutes. It's okay, right? We needed to get those shoulders in. So a little slow flow just to release tension, to release some of the body. Some of the strength training that we did this morning, if you were with me in the other class, that probably felt really good on your shoulders and back to do that. It's important to take time to be slow and steady. Now, I want to say one thing. If you have an opportunity before next week, I would love it if you would try to get a hold of one of these, okay? This is a foam roller. It doesn't have to be this kind, although this is my favorite. You can get them at Target. You can order them off Amazon. The foam roller, and this is called the Grid, and this is, it's a shorter version, so it's about the width of my shoulders. You can also get long foam rollers. You can get them made of foam or this harder surface. But if you could get a hold of one of these, then you could participate in the short segments that I'm going to start doing next week. I'm going to do one day, maybe 10 or 15 minutes of just legs and hips, and then one day 10 or 15 minutes of shoulders and back. I'm just going to teach you little increments at a time how to use the foam roller, and once you start, you're never going to stop. This is amazing, and you won't have to pay for massages because you're going to give yourself a deep tissue massage for free at home. It's not the most comfortable thing. It can be very uncomfortable. I'll just stay with that word. I won't go into the word pain, although it can be painful, but it is a healing mechanism, okay? Stretching like we just did is so important. This is another tool. It's good to have a lot of tools in your tool bag. So if you can get one of these, then starting next week, I'm going to give you short little quick segments that you can do. Just teach you how to use it, work on it together here and there. We'll tack it onto other workouts, okay? Thanks, you guys. I hope you had a great stretch today. I hope you feel amazing. And I can't wait for tomorrow. We're going to have another great workout at 8:30 tomorrow morning. And then another one on Friday. So we have a couple, three more coming up before the end of the week. Friday or Thursday we have one, but Friday I'm out of town. So we're not going to meet on Friday. You're going to take a holiday weekend. You're going to enjoy yourself, and we're gonna work hard again tomorrow, you guys. Hey, Lisa. Good morning. Thanks, Barb. You got 2 in a row. That girl. Carla, 2 in a row. Way to go. Sarah. Ugh.